What's going on, everybody out there? It's Ron Brown, LMT, the People's Fitness Professional, aka Soul Brother number one, reporting for duty. And I am your host. You already know what I do here. You already know me. You know my face. We got Prince Yehoshi. Did I pronounce it right this time?
Yes, you did.
I got it. Finally. Prince Yehoshi in the building. Royal Moorish family. Now, we had some technical difficulties. You know, StreamYard is sometimes it gets a little complicated because of you got to go through this app here. What is it called? Chrome and this, that, the third. So we'll only have 45 minutes to get as much information as we can possibly get from the brother. Hopefully he'll come back on because this brother is when you're younger than me, I'm smiling. You know what I'm saying? Because I love to see the younger people and see what they're doing because they are the future. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm that much older than you, but I am older than you. You know what I'm saying? So I like to see the younger generation and to see where things are going with the younger generation, especially in the conscious community, so to speak. A fellow Moor, and Prince Yehoshi. Let's talk about your background, the beginning. Let's start from your background, the beginning. Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Ohio. Moved around a little bit in Detroit, but I reside in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay, so hold
But
on.
I'm
So
always be a Midwest baby, so know what I mean. But my stomping ground as far as the Moorish activity, I'm God body too on Universal King Allah. Know what I mean.
okay.
Um, I hold different titles because I went through the different mystery schools. I don't get into dip and dab, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. But North Carolina Republic is my stomping grounds.
Okay, so you started in Ohio. You went where after that?
I was born in Ohio, so
Mhm.
that's my birthplace. 17th Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, East Side. I mean North End. Um, my background, that's where my family reside. I'm a Midwest baby. Like my family's in the Midwest, Detroit, Chicago. Some is out west. We migrated from Greene County, Georgia, basically the Cherokee tribe. Grandfather's Dix Jackson, which is Chief Lightfoot. So I'm in tune with my roots. My mother moved me down south to get away from I guess the lifestyle of my family. Some of my family was in the kingpins and really went on game time was really more or less get into that bag. And
Mhm.
what that comes with,
Mhm.
et cetera, et cetera. So she moved us down south. And I came down here and I start moving around. But I don't think it made it any better because, I did my thing down here too. So
Mhm. So you when you got to North Carolina, how old were you?
I was like 12, 13.
12, 13. Okay, that's that age right there, 12, 13. That's when you start really getting into stuff. You know what I mean? You start wilding out a little bit. You know what I mean?
I
You start.
wasn't used to things. Everything was like slow motion. Like where I'm from, the liquor stores, the stores stay open to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You come down here, they shut down at 9, 10. So a lot of stuff, I'm like, what the fuck is this? What's going on? Like
Mhm.
country roads, dirt roads, trailer parks, cows, pigs. Know what I mean, I was born in the city, so I'm on used to seeing a pig block the roadway or a cow just sitting there and you gotta wait till he move and know what I
Mhm.
mean, it was kind of different.
Okay, so when you got there in North Carolina, what was the transition like? Like, how long did it, take for you to get accustomed to the new environment?
Um, custom. It took a couple years to be honest, because with my accent where I came from, being light skinned, it still was the dark versus light skin, what they call it, the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Hmm.
I mean, so a lot of my fist fights was with darker skinned people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, went through a lot going through school, know what I mean? Like, started game banging and all that, know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I kind of like jumped off the porch young. But like I said, with my family up in the Midwest, it wasn't no gang banging. It's more like street gangs and you know what I mean, drug cartels and shit like that. So
Mm,
we still ain't believe in ratting and telling and you know what I mean. It still was principles and things you had to accustomed to. But
mhm.
down south is like I think they first started getting their taste of New York gang banging. So that was the trend where I was at. I think I was like me and my siblings like the only bloods in our community. Everything else was Crips and GD. So at that time it was color banging. So we had to bang out every day.
Right,
Um,
but wait, hold on. Let's not go there yet. We're gonna get there. We definitely we gonna get there. Now, check this out. So now you're 12. Okay, now you got out here. You got, I mean, not out here, but to North Carolina with your mom and dad, right?
nah, just my mom's
Your mom. All right. So
and
you're
my
out here.
step pops. My step pop, she's Gambian.
Okay. So your step pop's Gambian.
hmm
Okay. Came out to North Carolina. And now when you got out there, so were your family involved in church? Was it Muslim?
So my mother was a Christian. I wouldn't say she a Christian now. More or less, she says she's more spiritual. My step pops was Muslim. He's
There we
from
go.
Gambia. And he's actually like one of the princes from Gambia. I mean, Bojang. That's my step pops. So I used to watch him offer salat and things of that nature. But I always used to pay attention. They used to go back and forth about faith, but I used to wonder why he prayed 5 times a day and X, Y, and Z. But even when my mom had me in the church, I was kind of rebellious. I'm like, I ain't listening to this shit. I ain't trying to hear none of this. You feel me? Like, this ain't for me. It just, I don't know. This ain't me. You feel me? Like, this shit boring. I even
Mm,
had the pastor said I was the devil because I wouldn't sit down and be still and listen to hymns all day. So he
mm,
said it had to be something wrong with me or I had the devil in me. So
mm.
I
Gotcha.
had like a split Christian, Muslim. They
Yeah.
were still married. They loved each other. So
Mm, mm. Okay, so you grew up in a house with two parents.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, my stepfather was there, but I was at an age where my dad left at 5. I was rebellious. Like, nigga,
Hmm.
you ain't my dad. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't tell me what to do, nigga. Like, I'm gonna do me. And he used to like, and I salute him. I still call him my step pops to this day because we grow to love each other and understand each other. But nah, I mean, I always tell everybody my father was a law.
Mm, got you. Got you. Okay, so now growing up in that household, praying 5 times a day, would you say that kind of like attracted you to Islam?
Um,
Being that you come like right now, you're like Moorish and things like that.
I would say yes because I was curious of what he was doing. So as
Mhm.
I got a little older, I started digging for myself, even in my teenager years, even when I was told to leave it alone and X, Y, Z.
Mhm.
Even like dealing with my grandparents' roots, like some of my grandparents they practice hoodoo, so but they use the church literature. So I was used to be confused about that. Like why are we Papa Legba and who's Saint John and Saint Mary? I understand that they converted Papa Legba to Saint John due to what took place back in the day. You couldn't practice that, they'd kill you. So
Right.
they took their literature and transferred the names. You think they're praying to Saint John, but they really praying to Papa Legba.
Mhm.
So it's like it's a lot of things that I seen as a child. So it's like with my grandparents, but dealing with Islam, my step pops opened that door. But it still was a different. It still was a different way of Islam. Even to this day, I don't think he was Sunni. I think he was a Shiite. So
Okay.
that's dealing with the Ali. Know what I mean? The House of Ali side. So I seen they was like more militant. You
Mhm.
know, they was. Know what I mean? They really stood on principles and they was with the shits. If that's just what if it was that, it was that.
Right. Right. Indeed. So now attracted to Islam, mom, step pop, Gambian, praying 5 times a day, possibly Shiite, mom Christian. Now all of this is going on in the household. 12, 13, what was your introduction? Because you spoke about gang life, right? East Coast Bloods or New York Bloods.
Mhm.
What year was the what year did you become blood, as they say, come home, right? Um, how did that happen? What was the process? And you know, I don't know if you could go into any. I don't really want to go into this. I mean, I guess you can, right? Because that was a long time
Right.
ago. Yeah, the sets and
I
all of
can't
that.
really go into the initiation and things of that
Right.
nature, but what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they say when you came home, down move, day one. But technicality it was 2006. I came home to the brotherhood. A lot of this shit ain't a secret, even with the knowledge and information, it's all over the internet. So if Damus get mad because I said what I said, I mean, get mad because some of your homies leaked out the information in the hole and when they was on camps. So, that's just the facts. But I came home in '06. Um, my big homie was from New Jersey, and I love my big homie because he taught me Black history. That's how where I knew about the Black Panther Party and things of that nature. We had to learn that history. Um, Sad story. My big homie died like 4 months later,
Wow.
and it kind of turned me cold hearted of trusting niggas. And I'm gonna say it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was killed by his own little homie. I don't want to go into all of that because there was a case behind it. They caught who did it. There's a transcript XYZ. But these is niggas I ran with that I call my brothers, and they killed our big bro that taught us the right way. You know what I mean? So I start looking at shit differently. Like, damn, you be standing next to a nigga that say y'all part of the same situation, and he done put a bullet in the back of your head. You know what I mean? So this me in my youth years. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting to look at shit way different. Know what I mean? And it kind of turned me cold hearted. Know what I mean? Not giving a fuck. It is what it is with anybody. And that's when I start turning up. That's when I start catching my criminal cases. Know what I mean? I was on anybody killer. Fuck it. Know what I mean? It is what it is. If that's
Mm-hmm.
just what it was. That's just what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But that took place. Um And it still crushed me to this day because he's the one that kind of initiated me into the Black Panther situation, the Moorish Science. Like he opened that door. Like, know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like he really did. He used to come to my crib and everything. Know what I mean? Like this before all the internet shit and niggas come home over the internet. And at the time, the ones on the East Coast know you had to get triple O's put on your back. So I still got my triple O's on my right shoulder. My
Mm.
dog paws, you had to get it branded. This ain't no motherfucking secret. It's
Yeah.
already out there. You dig what I'm saying? So like a lot of these new dom moves is just y'all motherfuckers get a cakewalk, slap around, whoop de whoop. You might get initiated through the internet. I ain't getting that way. Know what I mean? Dig what I'm saying? I went through the blood, sweat, and tears for this shit. So know what I mean? Like I look at it different. The generation now is given to the YN. And it's a different foundation. Like we lived off the brotherly love, override oppression and destruction. Know what I mean? Like love, true peace, freedom, and justice. That was the breakdown of the 5 point star. When I
Mm.
started going back and looking at the literature with the Moorish Science, I'm like, oh snap, these coexist with each other. So it's a lot of principles. Know what I mean? Like I know out west you got some that turf bang. It's only I think it's like 3 sets that bang the five. Over here on the East Coast, ones argue about the NYB or the UBN, you bang the five, but you have to ask yourself where the five come from. Whether it come from the Nation of Islam, God Body, or the Moorish Science Temple of America, it's still love, true peace, freedom, and justice. So, a lot of these principles I apply to myself by our own literature. You know what I mean?
Indeed, indeed, indeed. So now you become a part of a set, right? You came home, your big homie dies, boom, you're off the porch. Obviously, you get into activities, things happen. How did you pick up Moorish science? Well, you just basically said through the teachings, right? Through the literature. right? But how did you get this far in debt
So
and depth?
check this.
Yeah.
So let's get through. I used to play high school basketball. I played for Nightdale Knights. Know what I mean, I was on the varsity team, All American. I played ball. Know what I mean, but I still did my thing. I banged in the streets. I got into a situation. I mean, I ain't gonna hide. I did my time already. We did a robbery. Know what I mean, that's what happened. We committed a robbery. Know what I mean, as a piece of man, it was all over the news, made the internet. I think I was like 17 at the time. Um, got fucking around, got sit down and sent to prison. I got sent to a youth spread called a high rise. Anybody from North Carolina know the high rise is a gladiator school in North Carolina. It's 16 floors. It ain't nothing but baby demons in there. If you don't survive, that means you wasn't like that. A lot of niggas getting punked and getting they shit pushed back. Know what I mean? Every time I came off the 16th floor, I blowing something. I ain't give a fuck. I had to do my time. I could do it in the hole. Every time they brought me down, I blew something.
Well, hey, listen, just for y'all who are on that pause, let's chill out right now. So blowing something basically mean, you know,
Yep, buck
yeah,
50.
buck
Know what I
50.
mean? Put.
Buck 50.
Know what
All
I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, all of that's in my jacket. The streets
Mm.
might not have it, but the police, they got, I'm STG level 3, which that means you're a high risk security in the community. That's not broken down either. But when I came home, I wasn't allowed to play ball no more. That shit broke my heart. Know what I mean, then I couldn't go back to high school. They sent me to an alternative school. So I got sent to a school called Puzzle Pieces. And this where the science kick in, right? So this is my elder to this day. I mean, who crowned me Royal Chief of Information of the Washington Empire, D.W. Mungie, the United Washington, which you was supposed to have our elder up here, Crown Prince Alim Elbey, the other couple weeks ago. But my teacher was Philip Lede Elbey. He was my teacher, like my real teacher in school,
Oh
alternative
wow.
school.
Wow.
So he asked me a question. So he put these coins on the table. He put a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. And he asked me, he said, "Tell me what's wrong with this." I'm like, I don't know. He said, "I want you to look at it. You don't see the difference between the color." I said, "Yeah, Abraham Lincoln's turned the other way." He said, "Yeah, that was a Moorish man. Know what I mean? We're copper tone people. Everything else is silver." So he started going into the literature of we are Moors. And that's when he started breaking down like the dollar bill and the pyramid on the back against the eagle and the 13 arrows and nationality and understanding who your tribe is. And he used to teach us this on the low. He couldn't teach this like openly, but me and my brother, not my biological brother, but a brother I grew up with, he used to teach us this every day. Like he'll slide us information. Check this out. XYZ, boom, 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 boom. At that time, I was learning, but I still banging. So, you know what I mean? Like, if my brother was up here, he'll tell you I got kicked out of alternative school because I was damn near recruiting the whole school. At one point, we had the whole school on lock. Everybody was rocking. I mean, the whole school. You wasn't rocking, you was a lame. Simple as that. And I got a letter one day where my mom told me, she like, you can't go back to school. I'm like, what you talking about? She like, they done kicked your ass out of alternative school. How the fuck you do that? So I'm like, what you talking about? I ain't do nothing. I ain't getting no fights. I ain't had nothing going on. I just had influence over the students in the school. She said they kicked you over to school because they said you damn near you got more control of the students than the teachers. So I'm like, how can you kick me out of the school for that? She like, they don't play by your rules, you play by theirs. So, once that took place, I got kicked out. That's when I got pushed all the way to the streets. Like she sent my little brother back to New York with his pops. She like, you a bad influence, XYZ. Um, so I like, fuck it. I'm gonna get into what I get into. So, I start living the street life. I created a lot of enemies, but I created a lot of allies. I was in the streets beefing with grown men. I mean, they was like 30, 35 years old. I mean, trying to pull up on me. I made a name for myself, and they trying to figure out who this Montana guy is. So they pull up to a hood. All my little homies probably 17, 16, 15 years old. They think I'm a grown man by the shit that I'm out here doing. So they're like, where your big homie at? They're like, shit, he up the street. So they called me at that time. I had a little flip phone. I pull up. They're like, man, you ain't fucking Montana. Where's your big homie at? Like, nigga, I am Montana. They're like, how old are you? I'm like, nigga, I'm 17 and a half. They're like, nigga, ain't no way we out here beefing with you. You're a little kid. I'm like, it is what it is. So I just went through a lot dealing with that side. Know what I mean? I done been shot several times. I done gave my licks back. Know what I mean? It's just it's a lot that took place. I done been in mental institutions. They got something called Dorothy Dix. I went there for like mental problems, whatever. I don't think nothing was wrong with me. I think I was just lashing out. I ain't give a fuck. Nobody could tell me anything, so I just lash it. I got placed in a mental institution. Now that it's a park, that's where J. Cole does all his music events at. They tore the mental place down.
Mm.
So it's like I done been in mental institution. You know, I think my last bid was crazy. That's when I start changing my life after my last bid. But I'm having children in the process. So my first child is I ain't get to see her like that. I still don't see her to this day because her mama's bitter. But my second child, her mama had her when she was young. We was in the streets, whatever. But I caught a charge. I caught several charges. They call stack charges. So they hit me with so many charges. I ain't know when I was coming home. I was facing what, um, 60 years.
Mm.
I got all my black and whites. If anybody want to check that too, you know what I mean. So as I'm sitting, they charged me with double shooting, homicide, assault with a deadly weapon, intent to kill 3 times, armed robbery. Um, anything in the area that got hit, they charged me with it, whether I did it or not. So with that, that's how I start learning the law. So when they sat me down, I'm like, the lawyer kept coming back with pleas. I'm like, nigga, you work for them, nigga. You keep bringing me these stupid ass pleas. You work for them. What you keep bringing? Are you fighting for me or you fighting for them? Because right now you bringing me the dumbest pleas in the world.
Mm.
So I never been a dummy. I always do my own due diligence. So they got jailhouse lawyers. So I went to go see the jailhouse lawyer. He like, do X, Y, Z. This how you get in the law library. You can start studying this shit for yourself. So he gave me the sauce. I filed my motions. Boom, got him removed. Start representing myself. I got 6 months in the law library. I started doing my thing. The county reappoint him back to my case. So I'm like, okay, since you want to be my attorney, nigga, you work for me. I already done broke down the whole motherfucking case. You ain't even got to do no work. Here, I got it for you. Here's the general statutes on this. I need a motion of discovery. If they ready to go to trial, I need you to file a speedy trial motion. Know what I mean? They got 180 days or it violates the Constitution. Know what I mean? I need all my constitutional rights.
Mm.
So after the 180 days, they bring me to court. They drop majority of the charges. And they charged me. He like, listen, we can beat the case, but the court system's so fucked up, they gonna make something stick. I don't care what you say. You can get a jury or whatever. They gonna make something stick. You either take the plea or you gonna be walking the line. So I'm like, if I take the plea, what is it? So at that time, I sat for like 3 to 4 years. This time served already with the charge they want me to plead to. So I'm like, fuck it. I gotta get home to my baby. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell going on. X, Y, Z. Boom. At the time, I am banging. I ain't getting no letter from my homies. Nobody ain't send no bread, none of that shit. Nah, man. So I tell the little homies all the time, when you get involved in this shit, don't think nobody gonna make sure you straight. A lot of this shit is just fucked up. So long story short, I come home, post release, do that, start getting involved in the community. Know what I mean? I start being an activist. That's when I like a year later, this was like 2000. Shit, this not too long. This like maybe 7 years ago. Like I became a community court advocate.
Okay.
So
Okay. Now, how did you get involved with that?
so I met the devil, and I ain't gonna knock her. Uh, she the one to put me in the game. I never knock Diana Powell for what door she got me through, but she's still the devil. Um, and she know I tell her to this day, even if she watching this, she know the devil shit she do behind the scene. But I was with Justice Serve Incorporated. It's a justice service nonprofit for youth. So they advocate for youth, know what I mean, not to go to jail or prison or detention. They basically come to the program and get help, mentoring, things of that nature. Um, Long story short, she liked the work I do and liked the influence I had on the youth. Plus, I had a little name in the street, so they already knew who I was. So it was like, if they listen to you to go do some bad shit, why won't they listen to you to go do something good? So I eventually became the president over the nonprofit. So becoming a president, active around in North Carolina, I helped pass the Senate Bill 261, the Second Chance Act. Me and our nonprofits helped pass that through the House of Senators, the House of Representatives. We helped pass
The
that bill
second
in North
chance.
Carolina.
The second chance act.
It's
Okay.
called the
Where,
Second Chance Act.
where's this exactly in North Carolina?
This is in Wake County, North Carolina. But the Second Chance Act is for the whole state.
Right.
So Justice Serve North Carolina, that is in North Carolina, Raleigh. That's the headquarters, Raleigh, North Carolina, Wake County. So long story short, I became a community activist. I had to go through training. I was trained by I had to get trained by the DA. I had to get trained by the chief judge. I had to get trained by the chief probation officer. Everybody that held rank inside the courtroom, I had to get training from them. The only reason I had to get training because you're not allowed to practice legalese. So you can advocate, but you can't tell them if, like, say the judge is about to give them time and you know that it's not right. I'm not allowed to say nothing. All I can do is go in and advocate. Hey, that's a good brother. Let him come home. X, Y, Z. So it was a time we was meeting Chuck Carwell. He's no longer the public defender chief. We was building, and we had a session, and I asked. It was the DA, the judge, the chief public defender, and my question is, I said, y'all make all this money in the courthouse, right? Traffic tickets, off the charges people being charged with, things of this nature. I said, can you tell me where the money's going to and how we got homeless people on the streets? When I tell you I got pulled out that class so quick and pulled to the side, he said, you too smart for your own good. You're like, I suggest you be quiet and come back in here and just listen and learn. So I'm like, damn. When he said that, I said, this shit getting wicked. Know what I mean? Because now they got a money flow, but they can't tell me where the money flow going to.
Right. Exactly.
So I still kept doing my thing. Um, I was getting checks sent to me through the nonprofit. That's how I fell off with Donna Powell. Like I had $5,000 checks, $10,000, $15,000 checks. They gotta send it through the nonprofit. The nonprofit gotta push it, to distribute it down.
Hmm.
All this money getting sent in, I ain't getting nothing. So
Oh wow.
eventually the lady like, you get that check I sent you? I'm like, no. She's like, well, we been sent you a check. So I'm like, what check? So she showed me the information and she sent it to my director. Director pocketing all the money. So after that, I kind of spazzed out. I'm like, you got me out here spending my money, putting all this work in, and you're getting funding for what I'm doing. So that's when I backed out. I still was connected with my elder. So, once I backed all the way out, I kind of went to the Moorish Science side. Like I already know that I'm Cherokee. I know my lineage. Know what I mean, my grandmother always kept me on game. But my elder tapped back in with me. He said, "Listen, I think you're ready to step up as the Royal Chief of Information." Um, so he crowned me Royal Chief of Information. Know what I mean, dealing with the Unitary Washita. So Dr. Leem, he was aware of the situation. He like, anybody got any questions or concerns, know what I mean? you're a representation of me. But me and the Empress Tiara of the Washington Empire, D.W. Money, that's my blood relative. Even dealing with the Turner, John Henry Turner Jr., the Louisiana Purchase. Know what I mean? This is my bloodline. So this ain't no appointment or anything of that nature. These are things that I'm finding out as I get more in depth and with the more science. So my original Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Los Angeles Temple 101, which is the body that Cosmo L was a part of.
Now you know what's so interesting though, like because yo, this whole time now you're cognizant of the time, right? So I guess you're moving with speed. Now the thing about it is though, like it sounds like some amazing shit you're doing here because it's like you over here, they sending you checks, you're making moves, like, and then now you end up with Aline Bay's, you know what I'm saying, organization or nation, and then now you over here with the with Cosmo L's faction of the Moorish Science. Like, bro, like what do you do? What are you up all day? Like, how are you moving around? Like,
So um it's a lot. It's a lot to take on. I wear many hats. Like I said, I'm God body too. I'm Universal King Allah. Know what I mean? One of my elders is Knowledge Divine. The brother that gave me Universal King Allah is Sha 120.
oh, you
Sharif
talking about
120.
shot? You talking about shot 120 from New York?
Yes.
Shot 120, 120.
Sha 120. I got pictures with him.
Hold on. Shot 120, that the OG, right?
Yeah, I don't want to get into the situation because they got a whole some more other stuff going on. But far as
Yeah. I know. I already know. Okay, cool. So shot 120. Boom.
so
That
I
that
can trace my bloodline from Becca all the way to B Allah to Father Allah. Know what I mean? Like I know my lineage when it comes to that too. So like I said, I sat in many mystery schools. I have many teachers. So that's why I don't get into the back and forth. Know what I mean, even being a student of Malachi York. Know what I mean, my daughter's of the York family. Know what I mean, like one of his blood great nieces is in the room with me right now. Know what I mean? So it's like I'm tapped in. You know, Washington and the Wobbies was supposed to connect at one point anyway. So my daughter, she is part of the York family. With all the little bullshit they got going on and how he was blah blah blah. It ain't that for me. It's the information that I digested and I apply it to this day.
okay. So now you're moving around. You're getting these. You're not getting checks. You're not getting checks, right? So you
Hmm.
back away from this situation. What's the next move?
So I start getting to a bag. You know, I got my CDLs. You know, I've been doing construction work since I was like 18. So I started off being a carpenter. I did roofing. Um, I even started my own detailing company where that took off, and then my partner took off to Atlanta. Like I told you, like my background is deep. It'll take years. I ain't gonna say years, but it's this 45 ain't gonna cover it.
Mhm.
So like right now, I'm a construction driver, so I do striping on the highway. So I keep your highway safe. I put reflectivities now throughout the whole state of North Carolina on yellow, white lines, turning signals, reflectors, so you can see on the highway what lane is what. I do that. That's what I do for a living. Um, so I always been a hard working man. I mean, it was times that I was in the streets, was a dope boy, fast money, XYZ. We'll get into that at another time, the lifestyle. That was my Ohio lifestyle because I did come down to NC when I was like 12, 13. But I
Mhm.
still bounced back to Ohio in my teen years and got to that bag. Know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because, money was calling. So it's now it's like I start chasing my own bag. I don't wait on nobody to give me nothing. Know what I mean? The only one that's gonna take care of your family is you. And if you don't
Indeed,
take care of your family as a man, you just a coward.
that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. So now you bounce from this organization. You get your CDL. You get into this now. what organization? Okay, how'd you become a part of the Moorish, how do you say it? The free
The
ancient
ancient free Moorish rights.
free Moorish, right? Yeah.
So, to talk about that, um, I got a lot of backlash because I left the Moorish Science Temple of America. I got tired of the back and forth. Know what I mean, the Braswell Bay, the Arjun Bay, who's the real Grand Supreme Grand Sheik? I don't give a shit.
Me either.
Why I say because the prophet brought what he brought, and
That's
that
it.
information belongs to all of us, and it's not just for anybody. And know what I mean, this is mine, it's not yours. The prophet said this is for me, and don't do that. Hey, bro, you in the way.
We don't care. We don't care.
so so you really in the way of our people building. Know what I mean? Like I said, my grand sheik was Bayon Bay. My grand governor was Victor Taylor L, my second cousin. I am an adept of the Moorish Science Temple. I went through the adept chambers. I had the literature. I have the authority to establish my what they call it, my sub temple. I mean, I have all that. You can check the files in North Carolina. I'm not registered as a 501c3. I have a 508c1a. I can set up the 805 ILC. Been there, done all that. So when I seen all the backlashing back and forth and know what I mean, the arguing on the internet, I'm not here to argue with Moors on the internet. I'm gonna ask you questions that I know you can't answer. Know what I mean? So with the Moors rights, I start seeing them brothers being unity. And I always study masonry throughout my entire life. Most of my family are Freemasons. Know what I mean, my uncle, he's 33 and a third, Lodge 42, Arlington, Ohio. But they couldn't give out certain information. It's not a secret society. It's
Mhm.
just a society that holds sacred information for people that is allowed to have it. What is the difference between that and the ADEP chamber? You're not releasing the information out the ADEP chamber. You're being secretive. I thought the prophet said all this belonged to us and the veil has been revealed. So with the Moorish rights, I had to go see for myself. And they the Avatar Cliff, uh Hazel Bay, he says if you're gonna practice masonry, why not practice your own? I mean, who masonry are you practicing? So if I'm a practice masonry and I'm already a master Moor, why not go with the Moorish rites?
Make
So I came a member, I believe, early May or April. I became a member. I got initiated. So I went to Maryland. Seeing what was going on with the brothers. I got a lot of brothers that want to get on board, but I told them to wait. Hold on. Let me go put my head in first, because I'm not gonna send you to go do something that I ain't gonna do. I mean, if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. We're gonna step all the way back. I mean, because we already deal with the mystics and things of that nature. We got the science. Dr. Malachi York brought us a whole lot of that. So going up there and building with brothers, some of the brothers that's there are part of the temple. Some of the brothers are Sunni Muslims, some of them are Christians. Whatever your religion is, leave it at your household. Whatever you practice behind closed door, that's your business. I shouldn't have my business in your home anyway, and how you run your household anyway. That's your house, not mine.
Mhm.
I mean, certain things should stop at the threshold. So just going out there and build with these brothers and seeing the pure love and and learning more, it's a learning experience. When I come to a certain organization, I come to learn, not to take over or dictate. So if I can come somewhere and you could teach me, this is where I need to be.
Mhm.
So me taking the classes and just sitting in, I'm learning. You know what I mean? I'm learning the higher essence of myself and the different tools and the different applications of how to be a better me. It doesn't matter if I have all this information in my head and I could break this down. But you could teach me how to be a better man. Masonry is about building character for one. It's not
That's
about elites and Illuminati and he do this. Yeah, you got signs and symbols, and certain people got power when they can move certain things around. But I joined the Moorish rights to better my characteristics and my craft. And if I'm going to be a part of a Masonic order, it's going to be the Moorish rights. I could have joined the PHA. I had worship masters that signed my application where they'll walk me to the third degree. Know what I mean? So when I seen the Moorish rites, I'm like, Moorish rites, ancient, free. Oh, I gotta see what this is. So I did my own due diligence. I did my background on who Clifford Hazel Bay was. I mean, I understand he came out the Scottish rites, but ones have to understand that the Moors are the fathers and the founding fathers of Masonry because we the one that gave them the science of civilization. Period. Everything comes from the science of us.
Actual
So
fact.
why you not gonna accept what belongs to you?
Mm-hmm.
Can't no, and this is not to be racist. Can't no European tell me that you're accepted and you're not. I'm accepted by blood. What do you mean? So it's a beautiful thing. And you got good and bad and everything. Don't get it mixed construed. It might be some bad Moorish right Masons, Freemasons. It might be some good ones. It might be some good Temple Moors. It might be some bad ones. It's good Damus in the streets and it's bad Damus. It's bad Crips and it's good Crips. Know what I mean? Don't judge a man by what he is, judge him by his character. How a man carry himself. And
Amen.
them brothers, they just pour into me. They love on me. It's a brotherhood. It's organized. They constantly have classes that help us build and dealing with mental health and physical health and
Mm-hmm.
going to the craft. I don't see this done in other organizations. And I'm talking about Monday through Friday. There's a class. You know
Oh
what I mean? And
wow.
you get it for free. They're not making you pay for these classes. You're getting it for free. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So it's like it's a beautiful thing. I mean,
That,
I
that
wouldn't
sounds that
disparage
sounds that
nobody.
sounds good, man. I like that. I like that. Before we go, we got a couple minutes. Break down the Royal Moorish family.
Yes, yes, yes. So I am one of the founders of the Royal Moorish family. It's basically with different Moors all around the nations. I build with the different street Moors. You got some Moors that's GD, some blood, some's Crips, some ain't anything. This is not to overthrow the prophet or to be a religious movement. We're Royal Moorish family. It's more or less like a brotherhood. So we standing on business about our brothers. These are brothers that got family. We got children. Know what I mean? We take care of our business. There's no illegal activities. We don't allow punks or rats or things of that nature inside our society. Know what I mean? This is not to be a new gang movement. It's none of that. It's brothers that respect the Moorish science, and it's basically it was established because some of you Moorish Science Temple pushed us out. Oh, you can't do this, you can't XYZ. We're still going to go in the community and enlighten our brothers with the Moorish Science is. We're still going to drop the 120 degrees on our brothers so they have knowledge of self. We got sisters that's a part of the situation. You never know who is RMF because we're in different organizations. You got brothers that's RMF that's in the Moorish Rights. You got brothers that's RMF that's in the Temple. You got brothers that's RMF that's in the Masjid. You got some brothers that are Christians. But these are our brothers. And at the end of the day, whatever you practice in your household, long as you are submissive to the will of Allah, God, Yahweh, Elohim, whoever you call them. It's peace and love, brother. You my brother at the end of the day. We're at war with the Bonita and the beast. We're in the big belly of the beast. So now I mean we stand on love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And if you violate the four, you will get to five. That's just point blank, period.
Mhm. Check. Now that's peace, brother. I understand it was thorough from start to now the Royal Moorish family. I want to know a little bit more about the Royal Moorish family because that sounds very interesting. Meeting the brothers where they are and bringing brothers together. That's peace. On that note, thank you for coming out this evening. You will see more of Prince Yehoshi. And anything you want to say before we cut out, brother?
This peace, blessings be upon everybody. Be who you want to be. Don't be what people want you to be or dictate you to be. Be yourself. The prophet tell you to be yourself. Don't get caught up in dictatorship or leadership. I only submit to the will of Allah, and Allah is the only one that can give me guidance. We are our brothers and sisters keeper, and the first thing we should do is love each other. And I'll leave out with that.
On that note, thank y'all for checking us out this evening. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.